Do this. Locked and loaded. My name is AJ, the wildfire. Man, I greet you in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. What's up? Blessings to this room and all rooms that you walk in and those that you walk out of. I believe that you're definitely a blessing. If you don't know you're a blessing, you better tell yourself that, hey, we light fire on this broadcast. Everybody that enter in the room, we enter in by power and by fire. This is the Mighty Monday Meltdown. We're going to just take it real nice and slow. But if the broadcast opens up, which it might open up, and we have people logging in from all over the world, considering the fact that we're going live from YouTube, right? So ain't no telling who gonna patch in or log in. But one thing I ask you guys to do is do not be distracted right now. We gonna journey through spirit and truth. What I look to do is I look to open up a portal. I look for the hidden door, the hidden pathway, so that we can journey right now. For many of us, we need to travel, you guys. We need to travel, right? We need to go from one place to another place, right? That's why we hear three things that I stand on, and I want to make sure that if I stand on it, that you can stand on it too. One of those things is self-empowerment right now. Self-empowerment is very important, because if you don't power you, then who gonna power you? We're living in a different time, a different zone right now, and believe me, you guys, you have everything that you need in order to be successful in the direction that you're going in. Come on now, Sister Sonia, peace and blessing. I see Felicia lighting fire. Sister Sonia, Miss Campbell, she's lighting fire from wherever she at, wherever you at. Is in your best interest, you be obedient and you light your fire. Somebody said, hola, okay, hola, right back at you. But we light fire here, right? We do the best to understand that we need to see. Some of us need to see where we're going. Some of us need to see where we've been. Come on, special. Some of us need to see where we're going. Others need to see where we've been. But truth be told, you need to see something. This is the wrong time to sit here and allow somebody to put you in the dark or for you to remain in the dark. Some of us, we was birthed in the dark, but we was birthed out the dark. Now that we see and now that we know, this is how we grow. The more you know, the more you grow. So as I was stating early on, as the notification goes out, three things I stand on. I know somebody want to say, Sister Sonia want to say, the Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Well, let's just manifest that and let's keep it in layman's terms. Let's keep it real plain. Let's make it real simple. Scripture say, let's make it real simple, right? Let's keep it real plain. And that is self-empowerment is one of the things. If I'm not empowering me, then that means somebody else is controlling me. Come on now, lead me not into temptation. I don't want to be driven because I want a new car. I don't want to be driven because I'm after money. I don't want to be driven because I'm after a woman or somebody after a man. Come on, you guys. This house is the only thing that inspired me. Now, let's be clear. You should have what you desire, because you need to know that God gives you the desires of your heart. And for many of us, let's be clear, we done got the things we wanted, but we mismanaged the things that we got, right? Some of us, we got the house, we got the car, we got the wife, we got the degree, and we got the business, and yet we still fail. Something is missing. How you ever got everything you wanted in life and you realize something is missing, right? Let's go deeper. Let's go deeper. Come on, y'all. At the end of the day, let's be clear. Let's be clear. What's missing is the spirit. Grateful, right? A lot of us don't want to believe we ain't been grateful, right? A lot of us don't want to believe that God did everything he said he would do up until this point for you. And yet we still messed up. And yet we still feel like something was missing. It wasn't good enough. Have you ever had the right individual and yet you still was looking for something because something that was a void? The void is that you are missing. See, we look for the best, but yet we don't become the best for what we're looking for. Come on, you guys. Let's go deeper. God, if we ask for what we need, he would have lifted us up. But sometimes, many of us, we missed this flight. We aborted this flight. We canceled this flight. We said another time. Why? Because whoever you was with, they wasn't ready. You was too busy watching them. And at the same time, God was watching you. Let's go. God was blessing them, but God didn't give to them because your eyes was locked on them. In other words, you trapped them and they had you trapped. And at the end of the day, come on, you guys, I look to release whatever been holding you back. I want better for you, even if you don't want better for you. But guess what? That's where the transformation take place at. That's called self-empowerment. You see, some of us, we have to be discharged. You see, when you serve up for the service, or you sitting here study providing in a dead area like many of us, you don't just get unplugged from this area. You got to become discharged. That's why it's called in the army or the military, it's called honorable discharge. And for many of us, we done operated in so many areas, right? How do I find my purpose? Mike, stick around. I'll show you. That's one of the things that I'm built on. I'm built on purpose and plan. See, the reason is the reason that I can say that I'm built on purpose and plan, because when you don't recognize what the purpose of something is, when you don't recognize what the purpose of something is, then you don't come up with a plan. When you know the purpose is for me to be happy, the purpose is for me to have peace, the purpose is for me to experience something that I never experienced before, then I got to come up with a plan. And the plan is I can do all things through Christ. The plan is Christ is higher self. That means when I know better, I do better. You see, the more I know, the more I grow. Right? That's why we show up on the Mighty Monday Meltdown 2.0. If this conversation ain't about you, then who is it about? It ain't about me, but it's about what's working through me. As I work on me, you're allowed to work on you. That's how this room operates. Come on, you guys, light your fire. Mike on deck. He needs to know from us, how do he find his purpose? His purpose is already planted inside of him. It's an inside job. Mike, that's called self-manifestation. The moment you become aware of who you are and whom you are, then you operate inside of something that gives you power. Power to what? Power to create. You see, your choices and your decisions is what creates your circumstances. And for many of us, come on, you guys, let's be honest. We ain't made the best choices. We ain't made the best decisions. Some of us, we made no choice. If you would have knew what you knew now, you would have chose something better. You would have chose something greater. What am I saying? Many of us, we chose less than greater than. Why did we choose less than greater than? That sounds crazy, right? We chose less than greater than, because if we chose greater, it would have required more for us. But at least we could have learned something. Many of us, we chose less than. Why we choose less than? Because we don't want to feel uncomfortable. We want to feel like we got control of ourselves. So we want somebody to need you and want you. But guess what? People got to understand that I don't have to need and want. My source and my strength does not come from another individual. It adds to me as an individual. Come on now. What am I saying? I'm saying energies transfer. Let's go. Let me make it simple. Self-empowerment is one thing. Let me get back to the hook. One thing is self-empowerment that you're going to pick up from this broadcast. The next thing you're going to get from this broadcast is personal development. That means the more I develop me, the better the environments that I'm around benefits from me being me. See, sometimes people will say, well, I'm just me. Well, then are you available to be a better you? You see, iPhone came out with a phone, right? And when it went to the internet, it was iPhone 1. Then it became iPhone 2. Then they changed some features and said iPhone 3, 4, 5. We like on iPhone 16, 17. What am I saying? Not only does the iPhone 17 has more memory and it can move faster, it can move quicker, right? And the updates is constantly coming in to make the phone function the way that it's supposed to function. Well, here we go again. I'm using Mike P for a second, right? He said, I've done a lot and I'm not proud, right, of and want to change. Well, listen to me. The moment you want to change, that's the moment you change. What are you changing? You changing the way you look at a situation. You changing the way that when you evaluate where you at. We ain't always had what it is we needed to do, what it is we needed to get done. Come on, you guys, let's go deeper. Light your fire for this right here. Some of us, we only failed because we was not prepared for the win. We wasn't prepared for the fight, right? How you ever went into battle and didn't have no bullets? How you ever had a conversation with somebody who was intelligent and yet you didn't know what they was talking about because it didn't require all that. It didn't mean that you was off. It just mean that whoever you thought had more than you, they didn't have enough to come down and relate to you, or they didn't have enough to get you up to come relate to them. What am I saying? I'm saying everything you do, everywhere you go, somebody is always there to link into you and to tap into you. And if they can't tap into you, then it is your job to tap into them. Come on now. If your blessings ain't coming to find you, come on now. Two-piece production. If it ain't coming to you, then you got to go to that. So let's get real. Let's grow up right now. Let's be clear. Let's do that. Let's be clear. Everybody not going to want you. Everybody not going to need you. Everybody not going to request you. But when you hungry and you got fire, right? It ain't what wants you, it's what you want. It ain't what needs you, it's what you need. We got to go after what we need. And I'm grateful, you guys, that somehow, some way you were sent to this broadcast so that we can do some of the things that I can help you do, because I lead by what? By example. My example is how I lead. I give you examples. I break it down. I go deeper. I light fire. I make sure that every last one of us walk out of here with something, right? With something bigger, something better, and something greater. You will not leave off this broadcast because it's just a conversation. This is not a presentation. This is a conversation. But somehow in this conversation, you're going to get some motivation. What is motivation built from? It's built from a motive. And my motive is to succeed. My motive is to grow. My motive is to do things that I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know what I need to do it, but I know that it's going to get done. And that's where faith comes in at. That means that I don't go off of my bank account, Mike. I don't go off of what I don't have, because you have the ability just like everybody else. And that is, you have the ability. And at this point, I believe you have the availability. We deal with self-empowerment. Come on, Mel. Thank you, Mello. We got self-empowerment. We have personal development. And the last one that we're going to be using, this one is a doozy here. It's called personal growth. Personal growth comes in with the invisible crown. Come on, Sonia. The invisible crown represents two things. You guys makes up the invisible crown. That's why it's called the invisible crown army. Invisible crown first represents your character. Character. Mike, I know you spoke earlier. I don't know if you're still here. But if you're still here, then I need you to know that when you see people lighting fire, because that means we have to burn up anything that does not go with this conversation. And we all gonna find purpose. The purpose is to become bigger, better, greater. The purpose is for us to make personal growth. Some of us, our mistakes was the lesson. Our mistake was the lesson. And some of the things that we've been through, some of the things we've been tried by, some of the things that we encounter, right? That's what got us ready. That's what got us prepared, right? We was chosen, right? We was chosen for a time as such, right? And I believe, as I named this broadcast, you was chosen to cross over. Many of us, this is our time. Mike, I don't know if you're still here, but I got to move on with this message, my brother. And that is peace and blessings be unto you as well. The reason why you're looking for purpose, because your purpose is on the other side. Where you been is not where you're going to stay. Many of us been in this place. This is about a crossover. This is about a year of takeover. This is about a year that I come to my full senses. I recognize I won't change. What am I saying? The fact that you won't change, that's the power. The fact that you want to do bigger, better, greater, that's the drive. That's the fuel right now. We like fire because fire is linked to so many different things. Pressure, steam. That's how you get going. Come on, you guys. You got to light your own fire to know that it's going to get better for you. And it says that we got to be violent when it comes down. We got to be bold. One thing I don't play with my tomorrow, and I ain't letting nobody play with my today. Now, if you're here to talk about yesterday, then that's yesterday's conversation, and that's really not for me. But I don't play with the people that I care about. I don't play with the people that's on this walk, and that means you, each and every last one of you, you already got purpose assigned to you. Now, how selfish are you going to be? That's the term. That's between you and what your purpose is. And for many of us, we got too much going on ahead of us to sit here and be dragging or acting like we doing God a favor with what done happened behind of us. There's the upgrade. I ran into somebody today and I told them something, and in the process of me telling them something, they had the nerves to tell me they already knew what it is I was telling them, and they felt offended. But in that even with me offending them, I didn't want to offend them. I literally told them, this is going to offend you, but I don't want to say it to you. What am I saying? I don't want God to deal with me. He gave me something to give to somebody else. What do I teach in this message? I teach that when God sometimes blesses you, it's for somebody else. That means, Mike, somebody else around you got every bit of what you need to do what it is you're attempting to do. But sometimes we got to wait till they get ready to get over themselves, to go around themselves. We sitting around here wondering why you ain't spoke a word, why you ain't validate anything good about me. People come on this broadcast and don't acknowledge that, hey, you know what? I really enjoy what this guy is doing, what this guy is saying. I actually can understand what he's saying right now. All he's saying is that he's a motivational speaker. He has the motive. He has the right idea. He has the drive. He's saying, hey, guess what? I am my life coach. I wrote this book. I am my life coach. This is a manual. What is it saying to me? It's telling me that, hey, it's on me. I can make the difference in the room. I can make the difference in the community. I can make the difference in the state, in the city, in the country. I don't know who else supposed to make a difference when I'm the one that's been chosen. I'm the one that's being called. And many of you, if I'm being called, then you being called. Light your fire for the crossover. We crossing over to places we ain't never been before. We crossing over to areas we don't know how this works. So let's just humble ourselves and listen. 3 things we got to do. We got to listen, we got to learn, and we're going to have to execute. We're going to have to listen, we're going to have to learn, and we're going to have to execute. Why do we have to listen? We got to listen to which way we go. How do you want me to do this? Many of us, we keep trying to replay something that just won't work no more. Remember I told you earlier today I had a conversation with someone, and I'm telling them they're not going to like what I'm about to tell them, right? And the truth be told, who am I to say what they're not going to like? I'm just fighting with myself, because when he tell me to tell somebody something, many of us, we get in the way of what God want to do. What God was telling me wasn't for me, but I had to move me out the way. And when I did, I even tried to warn the person. I got to tell you something. God's like, I didn't tell you to warn them. I'm still trying to warn. I got to tell you something, but you ain't going to like it, right? And then I got to come over here. Like, yeah, God, go ahead and tell me what you told me to tell them. Because I ain't got time to be falling out with nobody trying to help somebody. Come on, you guys. Let's be clear. Have you ever been in a situation, Sonia, Sister Sonia, where God spoke and told you to call somebody and you looking like, I am not about to call them down. I'm not about to do this. And so I had to call them and I had to tell them, God told me to tell you, you wrong about what you're doing. You need to receive what he's trying to give you. That's going to start the process for what you've been praying for. Come on, now listen to this, you guys. Now notice, they said, okay, right? Notice what I'm trying to tell you. While he was releasing the power to them, it was in their obedience to receive. And all they said was, okay, I see what you're saying. You see, it wasn't no going back and forth. See, I had to listen to what you're saying. Now, I know what I'm praying for. Come on, you guys. I'm praying for one thing. But when I open my eyes, what I forget is I am my life coach, and I got to now wait patiently and be on the edge of expectation, because something has to arrive, but I don't know who finna bring it. I don't know who's coming, right? But when I gotta be open to hear exactly what's being said. Well, let's go deeper. I talked to somebody else same day, conversation. This has been a God said type day, right? And I said, God told me to tell you this here. They said, well, the only reason why I'm doing this is because the man of the earth or the rules said I can't do this. I had to tell them, you ain't under no rules. Who do you serve? You serve man or you serve God? What am I saying to many of you? I'm saying we break every chain, every rule right now. When it comes down to being you, the only one been holding you back is the listening to others that ain't have your best interests at heart. Now is the time to turn it loose. Now is the time to turn it up. Now is the time to get the old out the way and to get you in. And when they went back and forth, they said, hey, the rules said this. I said, ain't no rules. Walk from around this thing. They're going to have to rewrite the rules, because God sent you. And when he sent you to say that the rules was meant for people who always did what they wanted to do. And that's why they was in bondage. Come on now. You just can't do what you want to do. And many people, they want to just come and start stuff. Ain't done no work for anything. Come on, you guys. You got to go deeper. When you want to build a house from ground up, when you want to build a community from ground up, when you want to build a school from ground up, when you want to build anything from ground up, a business, you're going to need a business plan. You're going to need a business name. You're going to need You're gonna need permits to build, right? You're gonna need an architect, a blueprint. You're gonna need a blueprint to know how this building and this property gonna be. You're gonna need a sketch of plumbing. You're gonna need certified GC to come out. That's called a general contractor, by the way, right? Notice we building something, right? I done had to deal with all these people, different organizations, deal with the cities, pull permits, get GCs. I done dealt with all things that's dealt with real estate, right? And when you have to do that, it is a process and it costs, but the people, I'm a born again believer of Christ, Bree. I don't really classify myself as religion. I classify myself as relationship. There's the scripture says Jesus was telling someone you have to be born again, right? Born again. To be born again, that's a born again believer, meaning I can live life this time as a higher self. Conscious. I'm aware of what I do. I'm aware of what I done. I actually not mad about some of the stuff I done. I did it out of ignorance, in ignorance, but now that I know better, I choose a better approach, right? And so I lead. That's why I say I lead by example. Now, I don't know how the Christian thing work because that's an organization, that's a group, and it doesn't classify me as a Christian. There's nothing, nowhere you can go find that says I'm a member, right? Nothing, there's no blueprint. So there go my name right there. I had to pledge in, I had to pay my you get where I'm going with this, right? I didn't have to sign an oath. I ain't have to fight nobody. I ain't have to earn nothing. I ain't have to give a resume. Like, what's the resume for being initiated in, right? No, that's not what I am. I'm something different, right? I believe I'm created a new creature, right? So being that I'm a new creature, I believe there's no one like me out here on this earth, right? And that's my value. Come on, Sister Sonia. Let's go, fire people. Here we go. So anyway, when you're doing new construction, you have to contact all these different builders. Let's go deeper, right? Permits, let's go deeper. General contractor, you need a blueprint. How is it every time, what disturbing, when it comes to a family, there's no blueprint. There's no GC, no contractor, big mama gone, right? Everybody just get a chance to freestyle everything, right? No upgrades, no, hey, you guys, this is for the family. Anybody coming in the family, we automatically get this amount of money. This is for your side of the family, right? You have children, we got this money set aside because we're gonna have a wealthy family. Our family gonna be built on wealth. No, our family is built on poverty. Poverty is not money. Poverty is the fact that we try to throw religion in there and think that that's going to do the job, and that's not the job. It's an inside job. I'm here to come against that job, and I'm here to tell you it's an inside job, right? Christ said, be born again, right? So look at this. Watch this. Let's go deeper. Thank y'all for the fire. Let's go deeper. Let's go deeper, y'all. So how do people just come walk up in your life and they ain't audition for nothing? Ain't got a resume for nothing. Like I had to tell my brother earlier today, he was telling me about his little situation with somebody else. And I said, why do people, he's like, I told him to call you, right? And I'm like, why do people want to participate in something and they don't put no work in? Like, why do you feel like, see, this is why there's an issue with the faith now. Because everybody claimed Jesus, but haven't done any work. Like, I believe in God, but do God believe in you? All this power that you say you believe in, and yet you took no time out to discover this self-discovery, this power on your own. Well, let's go. I'm here to help you guys. This is the Mighty Monday Meltdown 2.0. That's my purpose. My name is Adonis D. Johnson. I'm the creator and the author of I Am My Life Coach. Right now, you guys, you're experiencing a little bit of AJ the Wildfire. All of you guys that's entering in, this is the Invisible Crown Army right now. We call a time out on the battlefield. The battlefield is called life. You see, this is a time out. The time out has to take place on the battlefield. The battlefield is called life. Whose life? Your life. My life. That's the time out. Let's call it time out. Where do I kick in at? Time out. How do I do what I'm trying to do? Why is people putting expectations on me, right? To even be a friend with somebody, do you know how much it takes to be a friend? Some of us, we're not certified to be friends. We're not qualified to be friends right now. Remember, back in the day, we was children. We was on a playground. There was many things, but the playground, you can get hurt on a playground, but it went down on a playground. And that was all out of having fun. And for some of us, let's be honest, fun days is over. I'm tired of going around on the merry-go-round, okay? Let's be clear. I'm tired of going up, climbing something, and just sliding down life. I start a business, and I'm sliding back down to my, come on now, this ain't making sense now. Come on, God, get us to the next level now. Let's be clear. We ready to get up out this playground. I don't want to sit here and find me somebody to be with and say this is my partner so they can only sit on the seesaw and we can both go up and down, up and down. That's how some of the relationships is today. You know what I'm saying? We just swing up and down, up and down. When you up, I'm down. When I'm up, you down. And it's like up and down. When we gonna just be like this and we just rise together? Well, today, that's what the timeout is on. Timeout is that we grow up. We show up so we can grow up. The more you know, the more you grow. This is when I kick it in and I go into scriptures for all my people that was asking me about the spirit. I enter in through the spirit, but we like power and we have fire. Fire is for your experience. You see, the cross is really a crossroad, and it doesn't matter if you're coming in from the north, the east, the west, or the south. The truth is the truth, and I just prayed that the truth will set you free. And the reason why you need to be free, so you can live bigger, better, and greater, and you can get to whatever it is that life wants you to get to. That is the desires of your heart. But if nobody gonna speak to you, then guess what? This is no wonder why we sitting around here waiting. But I come against the program, right? That way we can be reprogrammed. I come against the infrastructure. That way we can be restructured. I come against the conditioning so we can be reconditioned. What am I saying? We need to be remixed. We need to be restarted. We need to be recharged, replenished. And that happens right now. That happens today. That happens in the 7 o'clock hour. That happens now. One of the things I want to show you guys, I'm going to take a scripture, right? I love scriptures, be honest with you. I love the Bible, okay? Now, I believe the Bible is one of the most simplest books, but if you look at it the right way, you will find something that's going to make you laugh. It's hilarious. They be tripping in this book. You get what I'm saying? This Bible is like the truth. But you got to be able to see it. You can't let nobody sit here and give you what they want to give you, because they sent out a message, but it's a mixed message. And that message goes out to a lot of people. But some of these people need this. Some people need this. Some people need this. Some people need that. Some people ain't that deep. Some people, but guess what? I'm going to give you this blank message, right? And I'm going to throw it out there to you. And I don't know who I'm talking to, but you ain't talking to nobody. But if you can get it, then you ain't got it, because the message you was given went to you. Well, this message just rose different for me, you guys. And that is, I am my life coach. I hope that you can say the same thing when it comes to you. One of the things you see, the Invisible Crown Army, this will be a sword, just like this sword that's behind me right here. This will be a sword, and this will be a shovel, because that means we have to build something. That means faith plus work equals results. I know the scripture, it doesn't say that in the Bible though. Well, then I'm looking for you to add on. I'm looking for you to comprehend. I'm looking and I'm asking that, can you at least activate? Can you at least participate? Can you at least recognize that I know it says faith without work, but the fact that you want to remember something, it don't have no power in it. What if I told you many things that you quote, many things that you say has no power in it, meaning it don't work for you. So when you say something, yes, I can clap. It does say faith without work is dead. Where's your work at? Where's your blueprint at? I know you want to be married. Where's your blueprint to marriage? Do you have one? No blueprint? You mean tell me there's no money going into this marriage? How much money you got? What you got saved up? You know, how many vacations does this marriage include? How big is our house in this marriage? Is it a house in this marriage, or we supposed to move in the studio apartment? Come on now. You mean tell me nobody got a job and y'all want to get married? Where's the blueprint at? Where's the contractors at? Who's in here to build this plan out? Where is the business plan that supports the marriage that you want to have? Friendship. Where the plan at? Oh, so we just supposed to wing it now, right? We just supposed to hope that this is going to work out the right way. No. Same way going into an organization or joining the church. What's the plan? Am I just showing up here every week just so I can pray? I praise God at home. Which one you think he honor most? What I do or what me and some strangers do? Because if you want to go do something for the people that you don't know somewhere else, right? Let's be clear. So now that you know, I lead by example, right? My message might not be for everybody, but it is for somebody. And what am I saying? I'm saying that message might be for somebody connected to you. As I said, my third example, this been a God told me to tell you type of day. I told somebody else a message today. They immediately did not receive. They said, well, I hear you, but it ain't for me. I said, good. If you can hear me, but that ain't for you, then you don't know that this message, he gonna send you somebody that this message is for. But they kind of canceled that message out. So now somebody gonna come to that individual and they're gonna come to get something. But that individual that God sent them to ain't gonna have the message. Because remember, the message wasn't for me. Doesn't mean I didn't supposed to receive it. See, that's why it's called a storehouse. Many of us, many of us don't have storehouses because we ain't built one. That means I have an arsenal of things. I'll be right back. Let me go grab something. Let me pull this out. Oh, you looking for this here? Be right back. Let me go in the attic. See, back in the day when your grandmama or somebody, they had a house, they didn't throw stuff away, right? My mom, she don't throw nothing away. This is, if this lady house ain't like Fred Sanford and Son, if this ain't, a house that got everything you looking for, she know where 100 pots at. And if you take one fork out this lady house, she's calling you, where my muffin pan at? Bring my pan back. Lady, you got all this stuff. What am I saying? I'm saying, when you won wars and battles, you love to cook with what you cook with. Because when you can lay down a good casserole, or you can make some good chicken or something, or you can fry something in your frying pan, come on now. We believe in the Trinity. Yes, Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. To God be the glory. I agree with you 100%. But you see, that's what I'm trying to say, Ms. Campbell. There you go, Sonia. Fire back. Everybody light your fire for that. We believe in the Trinity. Absolutely. But for some of us, I want to make sure if you're going to believe in the Trinity, then you need to believe in yourself. Because the Trinity was all about you receiving the Son. And when you receive the Son, then you had to mirror him and reflect him here on this earth. Let's go. With nothing. He came in with nothing, but that means we here to create something. Create relationships, create conversations, create dialogues, create things that will not only challenge people, because without no challenge, there'll be no change. And when you meet somebody, they shall level up to where you at, okay? And if you meet somebody and they up, then guess what? You should be so impressed with somebody else's growth that all they can do is make you level up. That's how you grow up, right? Come on, y'all, let's get into this word. I got one for you. It's gonna be deep, it's beautiful. This is a takeover, right? Some of the things you encountered in life is because you have the experience, okay? Some of you be careful in this broadcast, in this season, in this area that we're entering in. The reason why you are going through some of the things you're going through, like myself, is because you have experience. You wouldn't know what you know if you didn't experience it. Again, everybody gonna have to deal with it 2 times. Let's go. Some gonna have to deal with it 3. But if you never had an encounter, then how would you know that you can do what you can do? See, you had to be a fool in order to know what a fool would look like. See, that's how I know we got fire. Let's go deeper. Some of you, the reason you were finna encounter what you encountering is because you don't have no experience. And God got to remind you how much you need him. He got to remind you that you done got so comfortable in what you've been, that you comfortable being in low areas, but now he called you to a new area and you still want to do old things. So you're going to have to encounter and experience something, because you can't get the download because you too busy. You content with where you've been. You finna experience something like never before. And with that experience, you would not be fighting things in the enemy. You're going to be fighting yourself, which will be God, because his job is to prosper you. And what you're doing is trying to confine you. You're confining you to something that don't even challenge you. How can you participate around people that don't challenge you? How could you be around individuals that don't make you want to step your game up? How can you sit here and walk in a room and you want to have a hoodie on and everybody got suits on? Or you walk in here with a jogging suit on and them stretch pants. Everybody, stretch pants ain't only gonna get you so far. You get me? Some people put them black stretch pants on, come on now, as if their whole life they've been running. Your whole life looks like what you wearing right now. When you gonna put on that dress, that boutique dress? When you gonna sit here and put something on as if you going to an interview, but only thing you doing is sit here letting God know that I'm ready. I might not have a job, but God, I'm gonna dress up anyway. Go take me some pictures. Go sit down and look like, hey, this my name about to be called. What am I saying? Some of us, we outdated because we ain't practiced. Come on now. We gotta practice for where we going. We gotta practice for where we going. But if you keep resembling where you been, then you gonna get rejected based off of what they see. Let's go. It's time to move now. I'm going into the scripture. You guys light your fire for that right there. Some things that you encounter is because you have the experience. Some people finna encounter something because you ain't got no experience. So ones that don't have no experience, isn't that amazing that them the ones that's bringing on the warfare because they ain't got no experience? But here it is, you pray for something that has all the experience in the world. Don't pray for something from God and then when God brings you something, he brings something fully equipped. But then now at the end of the day, you don't want to sit here and display the God that's in you. He's gave you everything you need in order to get done what you need to have done. But see, some of us, God can give you this much and you operate off your old ways and you will give up this much and you break protocol. And this is what gets you disabled. The reason why we break protocol, a lot of time God's protocol, people of God, is because we don't give it all we got. We don't give it all we got. We not out here to play. We here to slay. Slay what? Slay anything and everything that will hinder you from being all that you can be. Even the army tells you, be all that you can be. In meaning, if you go to the army and with their training, you can be anything you want to be in life. That's what God was telling us and still telling us to this day. What is it that you lack? So what do I say? I said we can rebuild. See, what we build, we need to knock down. And we need to rebuild, right? Because this time it's going to be built different. Remember the Red Riding Hood, right? Remember she was out doing what she do, right? No, that wasn't Cinderella. Yeah, it was. And wait. That wasn't Red Riding Hood. That was Three Little Pigs, right? Remember Three Little Pigs, right? Yeah, Cinderella. Red Riding Hood. She brought the wolf to the house. The wolf knocking at the door. Open up the door. Who is it? It says me, the big bad wolf. You see, when you know what you know, you ain't got to run from nothing. Many of you got wolf behavior. That's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with being a wolf. At least you know what you are. You meaning that any area they put you in, you dominates it. There's nothing wrong with a wolf. See, the sheep is the one who don't know what they're doing. They want to do something, but they just don't know what they're doing, right? See, this is why they get misled by anything. One argument, they get challenged one time, and they get ready to sit here, and they ready to walk away from everything. You know, how can you walk away from something that you can win in, right? Knock on the door. Who is it? Just say, I'm the big bad wolf. He said, oh, we not letting you. He said, well, I'm going to blow the house down, right? I'm going to huff and I'm pluck and blew the house down. Why? Because you wasn't ready for what was going to knock on your door. You was living in something, but you've been living in something with something less than who you are. Come on now. And what they do, they left their house and ran to another house. What am I saying? Sometimes you're going to leave one understanding and run to another. What am I mean? This is a level up right now. But if nobody knocked on your door, you would have still been living in that place. Come on now. You still would have them shackles on your feet. Let's go. You still going to sit here and be living less than. You see, without no challenge, there'll be no change. Come on, you guys, renew, right? Let me renew my strength. That means when I ran into somebody else's house, that's the little pigs in them, right? They got into this pig house. Now it's two. See, this is what happened. At least you got some company now. He knocks on that door. Knock, knock, knock. This a little bit built a little bit better. He said, who is it? Now it's us. Now they ain't never thinking ahead. Because me, if that wolf is at the door, I'm telling you now, you better grab this knife. I'm grabbing this hammer. You boil that hot water. You open this door. You throw that doggone hot water on that face. You blind that wolf. I'ma jump up. I'ma stab this wolf. Hey, I'm talking about, I'm going comeback style. I'm going to lay something on the ground, put the tax there. It's almost like Home Alone. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a maze trying to get in here. But guess what? He said, you going to open this door? I'm a huff and puff. And that house fell. What they do? They ran to the smart one's house. That's who you are. This is how we built. We built to last. We built because we have experience. We built because we've seen this picture before. It doesn't matter if it was the first house, the second house, let's go deeper. The first relationship, the second relationship, let's go deeper. No relationship, just whatever we had. Relation, friend. We ain't built the ship yet, because once we build the ship, you're going to have to pay me to get on. You're going to have to come with an architect plan. You're going to have to tell me what your layout is. We're going to have to tell me, listen, I want to know what exactly is your expectations from what you participate in, and what are you willing to do? And if you're not willing to read a book, if you're not willing to change your grammar, if you're not willing to level up, if you're not willing to sit here and address old hurt head on, because you can't keep talking about going forward, but you haven't addressed the abuse with yourself yet. Many of us, what am I saying? It's called a self-check, right? Let's get into the word, because I'm pushing it right now, right? I'm pushing it. Let's go deeper. Get in this word. Let's go. Deuteronomy, right? Deuteronomy, right? Remember I said in this season, you're being called to cross over, right? Deuteronomy. Let's go, right? Here you go. Verse 8. Deuteronomy, Sonia, verse 8. Let's go into this word and watch how I flip the script, you guys. This is going to be a little different here. Let's reroute. Here you go. See, I have given you land. I have given you land. Go in, take possession of the land the Lord has sworn he will give to you, right? There's land in your life that you have not taken yet. There's ways in your life that you have not went yet. There's things you have not seen. There's things that you can do. Like me, myself, I'm taking Spanish right now, right? So I'm learning another language. Many of us, we can learn how to walk better. We can learn how to talk better. We can learn a different language. We can learn how to eat different food. We can learn how to cook. We can learn how to do whatever. But yet we don't want to learn anything. We want to keep replaying everything that was already given to us. By who? By somebody else. Come on, you guys. Light your fire. Watch this. I told you, got to have the mindset of higher self. We going from lower self to higher self. That's the land. Lower self to higher self. I used to do this, that, but now I do this. Come on, y'all. That's it right there. I used to do that, but now I do this. But I don't know. I no longer do this and that, or that and this. I choose, and I choose to do this because this is what's going to prosper me, right? Being around people that got to have their stuff together, that's something that's going to inspire me, right? I cannot keep going around places that does not do it for me. It only makes me feel like I'm doing something wrong. Come on, light your fire. I don't want to hear nobody that always constantly telling me I'm jacked up, messed up, I'm living in sin. You don't know what I'm living in. You ain't been in my house. You don't pay my bills. You don't know what my house look like. You ain't sitting here adding on. You know what I mean? But see, that's what I'm trying to express to you. You have the power within you, but there's something that needs to be released. And it needs to be released to manifest something. Let's go deeper. I'll show you. Watch this. It says, the land I have given your father, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and to their descendants and after them. Meaning, everybody had a chance to do what they do. Everybody had a rodeo. Abraham had a rodeo. Isaac had one. Jacob had one. The descendants and after them. When is you going to have your turn? Your turn is now. This your rodeo now. You can't be talking about my mama told me, you know, just like my uncle said, just like my cousin said, just like my brother said. This is for the people that's ready. That's ready. And I believe we ready now. We ready to be what? To be restored now, right? Let's go. Let's go get it. Watch this. At that time, I said to you. To who? To you, right? At that time, I said to you. What did it say to you? Let's go. Let's go with what it said. It says, at the time I say to you, you are too heavy a burden for me to carry alone. The Lord your God has increased your number so that today, y'all see that today? Today. See? Not tomorrow. Not yesterday. Today. Today today, increase your numbers today. You are numerous as the stars in the sky. May the Lord, the God of your ancestors, increase you 1,000 times and bless you as he has promised. There is a promise, which is called the promised land. Your promised land is your higher self. That means you lack nothing, right? I know all of us want to go over to a land and be like, oh, this is mine, I inherit. That's not the land, you guys. Your land is up high. It's filled with milk and honey. You lack nothing, right? So I got to show you how to get there. Watch this. Look at this. It's showing me, it's giving it to me now. Watch this. It says, may the Lord your God increase you, right? Watch this. Verse 12. But how can I bear your problems and your burdens and your disputes all by myself? You see, some of us, we've been listening to one person for all this time. Now you have to delegate. You see, I can't bear your burdens by myself. Come on, Sister Sonia. We need some help. That's why we started the Invisible Crown Army. That's why we meet up on YouTube every Monday at the 7 o'clock hour. That's why this is called the Mighty Monday Meltdown 2.0. That means, and when it was 1.0, it was me versus me. 2.0 is me coaching me. It's me talking to me. It's me helping me get to where I need to get to. If anybody gonna help me, it's gonna be the one who I became. Anyone gonna help me is gonna be the one that used to be me. Come on now, what am I saying? I ain't gotta lock them in the closet. I'm letting them out that closet because I need some inspiration. I need to, that person that had it jacked up, I believe he's ready to help me and follow me and push me. I can trust what I used to know because now those mistakes is now what helped me grow. Come on, you guys, watch this. I'll prove it to you. Here you go right here. Look at this. It says, but how can I bear your problems and your burdens and your disputes all by myself? Look at this. This is the Bible. Verse 13. Choose some wise. Stop right there. When the last time somebody chose you? Anybody chose you? When the last time you chose somebody? You chose somebody, and the one you chose, you killed them. You ain't respect them. See, people chose you as their niece or their son. This is my son, right? That means you was automatically underneath them, right? Though that right there, that's my best friend. They chose you, right? Now let's be clear. You got a role that you was chosen, but question is, when God releases you, who you choose is important now. See, I ain't got to keep playing out this role. Come on now, Melody got it. She said, you keep dressing up a lie, right? Undress that lie. That now got to be naked today. Watch this. Choose some wise, understanding, respected by men from each of your tribe, and I will set them over you. Stop right here. They had to choose people. That's your auntie. That's your this here. Now, you didn't have no idea of what was going on because they was chosen because that was your mama's sister, right? If you would have had your choice, you couldn't choose a sister or auntie that had some money. You couldn't date somebody that had some opportunity inside him. You mean tell me you had to get Rollo or somebody at the lowest form? You get one going with somebody that was already headed with bad health or something that wasn't going to be here long? But what am I saying? I'm saying we need to be made over and we can be made over. How do I know this? It says it right here. Watch this. It says, I will set them over you. You ask me what you propose, right? To do is good. Propose to do is good, right? So I took the leading men of your tribe, wise and respected. Listen to this. You mean to tell me the person that's supposed to be your friend, supposed to be wise, supposed to be respected, supposed to have an understanding? Come on now, how many of you can actually say that the people that's around you are wise, respected, and understanding? They got a clear understanding. Question is, do they feel the same way about you? And can they mean it? What am I saying? See, if you hear and I see the best in you, right? Then if I got to see you, that means I can see your potential, but that don't mean you have it. You get what I'm saying? That means you got a long way to go. You got some work to do, but I'm here for the work that you need to do. What am I saying? Some people did the work, so they're here. You got the potential, but you're missing the work. Remember, faith plus work is how you get here. But see, you down here, and you have the faith, but you're missing the work, right? What am I saying? You're not ready to rebuild who you are. You're not ready to rebuild the way you communicate, the way you sit here and interact with people. Come on now, I'm gonna choose my words very wisely, Sonya. Watch this. I'm dancing around this thing. Look at this. Watch this, you guys. It says, and I'm gonna point them over you, give them authority over you as commanders of thousands. There go your angels, Sonya, and of hundreds and fifties and of tens and tribe officials, right? And I charge your judges at that time. Hear the disputes. Hear the disputes. Come on, y'all, between your people and judge fairly. Stop right there. Some of y'all, you know, this is where you got fired at because you don't judge fairly. You don't hear to correct them. You hear for gossip, and then you lose your fire. You lose your power. But today you're going to keep your power and you're going to keep your fire, because the more you know, the more you grow. You tell me how it works, then I can work it. But for many of us, we never knew how it worked. And if y'all not paying attention to what I'm saying, I'm going to slow it down right now and let me reset the room. This is the Mighty Monday Meltdown 2.0. My name is Adonis D. Johnson, also known as AJ the Wildfire, right? On Saturdays, we do the 5 o'clock Wildfire on YouTube. Not YouTube, Facebook. Facebook. Look at this. Verse 16. And I charge you to judge, right? I charge you to judge at that time. Hear the disputes between your people and judge fairly, whether the case is between two Israelites or between an Israelite and a foreigner residing among you. I want you, it doesn't matter who's who. That's my brother, this my family, this my friend. I need you to use your higher self. I need to make sure you understand when I promote you, not demote you. I need you to make sure that you remember Jesus. Jesus, your mom, your brother's at the door. What mom? What brother? What am I saying? You have to be willing to shed yourself. You have to be willing to take off the old. You have to be willing to operate in the new. Some of you, you don't have to put on the new. You just take off the old. Everything is new at that point. I don't know you. Please reintroduce yourself. Please tell me why I should be listening to you. What is the purpose? What's the plan? Remember Mike at the beginning, you guys? I'm struggling with my purpose. I don't know my purpose. Guess what? Your purpose, right? Y'all, I don't know. He said, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Purpose and plan. Your purpose gonna end up creating a plan, right? That's how it works, right? If not, that's because you're focusing on the problem. And that is a problem for anybody else that can't tell you that you the problem. You the problem. You your own problem. Let's go deeper. Oh man, okay. Sorry. Deuteronomy 1, right? Verse 17. Let's go with verse 17. Do not show partiality in judging. What is it saying? It's saying when it's time to be who you should have always been, if he told you to give it all you got and you give partial, then you broke protocol. What am I saying? We're not here to have do anything. We're not here to have do anything. We're here to do everything that we set out to do in that moment. Sometimes that moment consists of a yes, and sometimes that moment consists of a no. You have to be able to scale this based on where you going, not where they going. I don't know where they going, but I'm saying you have to be able to scale this. Scale this meaning use your fire. Scale this means use your power. By the power and invested in me. Come on now. You remember when they had a wedding and somebody at the altar and they get married? After this person say yes and this person say yes, then guess what? Nobody said no. So by the power in me, I done heard 2 yes, I pronounce you. You get what I mean? Because I just heard both of y'all agree. See, this is where I say shows no partiality when it comes down to your choices and your decision in judging. Hear both small and great alike. Small and great. It says here, remember I told you, listen, learn, and execute. Watch this. Do not be afraid of anyone. What am I afraid of you for? This is what I'm saying to you guys. Get your strength back. Look at this, right? Do not be afraid of anyone, for a judgment belongs to God. Ain't that so? And he's using you. Bring me any case too hard for you, and I will hear it. Listen to this. And at that time, I told you everything you were to do, right? Listen to this. This is the closer. Here's the closer. Verse 20. Then I said to you, You have reached the hill country of the Ammonites, which the Lord our God is giving us. This means your higher self. Let's just call it that, right? Now, that he's given us, right? The country of the Amorites, which is the Lord our God is giving us. See, the Lord your God has given you land. Go up and take possession as of it as the Lord. Stop right there. That's higher self. See, for many of us, we've been under the jurisdiction of someone else. So we like hearing someone else. We like what they say do. We like how they say do it. But God is now saying, hey, listen, I need you to take ownership. It's your time to get to the altar. It's your time to do an altar call. It's your time to call for prayer. It's your time to call for a conversation. It's your time to tell me what your tomorrow is supposed to look like. It's your time to sit back here and bind and rebuke, loose and let things go. It's your time to shut it down. It's your time to build it up. It's your time to turn it on. It's your time to turn it off. Come on now. This is what it's saying. Watch this. Now look at this. It says, see, the Lord your God, right? Wait. Do not be afraid. Do not see. Verse 21, see, the Lord your God has given you land. Go up, take possession of it as the Lord and the God of your ancestors told you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. Some people are discouraged, right? Why are they discouraged? Because they got too much of them in it. They got too much of what they used to do. That's why it didn't work. That's why I say, don't be discouraged. Now, it's God's doing it in you now. Why are you discouraged though? Because you still want to do new things the old way. Come on, y'all. I got to break this down. See, you come discouraged because you say, I tried that. I tried to talk to you. Try again. Every day is a new day. When do you get tired of entering into a new day? If your eyes open up today, if you got fire left in you right now, then relight your fire because you need to be restarted, rebooted, restored, renewed, and rebuild. What am I saying? Rebuild the conversation, rebuild the understanding. Why? Because you will get to the destination and the one that's waiting on what you have. You can't be weary. You got to go out and launch that thing again. You got to go out here and kick it again, kickstart it again. How do I know this? Keep going. Keep walking with me. Keep walking with me. Watch this. Verse 22. Then all of you came to me and said, let us send men ahead to spy out the land for us and bring back a report. Stop right here. This is very important. Some of you are the spy. Okay? Let's be clear. A spy will be sent to you, Special, Sonia, Melody, and Miss Williams, and everybody else. You got somebody spying out your land. You hear me? Why are somebody spying out your land? Right? Because that's their land now. God got new land for you. You still trying to fight for an old position when God got a new position. The position you in belong to somebody else. Come on now. Yay. This is good, y'all. Y'all got to get this. Listen. Let's slow down. Okay, calm down. Okay, wait. Okay, I got it. God sent you out to spy out the land for where some of you are going. And what done happen is you done crossed over into the land that you never been in before. So this is how I know, because this person got it all together, right? This person is more smarter, they intelligent, but guess what? You ain't never dated nobody smart and intelligent. You ain't never seen nobody have it all together. You ain't never seen people over here with their own business, right? Do y'all know I just left a meeting and I had to go speak at the meeting, right? I had to bring a witness with me to the meeting, right? And many people didn't show up, right? But I still show up. And guess what? I get a chance to meet the owner of this little business that didn't nobody show up. And do you know this lady like, hey, I got millions of dollars. This lady got a 7th grade education. She said, I dropped out of school at 7th grade, right? She got a husband, 2 kids, multiple businesses around the world, around the country, around the United States. She said, and I make millions of dollars. And what am I saying to you? I'm sitting up here like, wow. All the people that had the opportunity to come and be around. And she said, all I want to do is give back to women, right? That's on the west side of Chicago who have lost their way, who need some inspiration to be empowered. And do you not understand? She said, and then she already had the grant for this to fuel whatever she wanted to do. And my point that I'm making to you is that let's be clear. The room been waiting for you for a long time. The crossover, you've been called to cross over, but your laziness will keep you over here. See, you've been walking through this wilderness, done messed around and got tired. Now you ain't got time. I'm tired. I don't want to do that. I'm tired. I ain't got time to be going back and forth with. Ain't nobody going back and forth with you. You gonna see you got tired of what you've been doing. And now God comes now. He had to wear you out. But now that you woo out, God now, you want to pray to God. God, when you do, I'm tired of my way. And you kill everybody that comes to show you what? The way. The crossover, right? Now look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. We back in the word. I can't make this up. That's why I got the scripture out for you guys. Because I ain't gonna make this up. Verse 22. Then they all came to me. Let's send out. Go spy out the land. Right? So remember, somebody gonna be sent to go see something that you ain't saw. There go one friend right there. Give me that friend. See, that friend got value because they name got called and yours didn't. Come on now. This is where the hate come from. Because see, they got called to go see something. But let's be clear. This is why some people abort this, Sister Sonia, because they going over in the area, but they scared because they ain't got no money, they ain't got no experience, they ain't never been here, they ain't never been around their family, they ain't never, it's almost like they don't exist. Come on, y'all, for being renewed. When you are renewed, that means I don't remember nothing. I'm here to learn everything. Y'all got this for me here. I ain't got time. You need to be careful. I ain't got to be careful. I wasn't careful with these people. But when I got over here, see, I was careful over here. But when I got over here, I didn't come over here to be careful. I come over here to sell out. What am I saying? I'm finna sell out of everything. I'm finna sell out to the point where I can't give an old story no more. Come on now, promised land. I can't give an old story no more. I done sold out. People like, what you doing over here? I came to find you. Yeah, I'm looking for a friend. Can you be that? You know how to be a friend? I'll be the best friend you ever seen in your life. I know how to carry your bags. I know how to call you every day. I know how to motivate you. I can pray. Do you need somebody in your life that can pray? Come on now. I still got value in me. Let's be clear. I might have been through some things, but I learned how to leave the things I've been through where it was at. I buried it. I burnt it. Come on, light your fire because you're being made over. Light your fire. This is the time to burn it up now. Light your fire because ain't no residue, ain't no debris on me. When you see me pure. You see me naked. I don't even remember my last mistake. I ain't got time to be reminded of what I done. People still trying to accuse you and you done moved on somewhere saying, I just don't understand you. I'm out of focus. I don't see nobody in this season. The road ahead is an open road and all I see is opportunity. Come on now, but you better be dressed apart. We ain't got time to be playing right now. We need to be practicing. What does it say? Spy out. So guess what? Somebody going, right? And believe me, your name is being called to be crossed over. And when you got to go spy out the land, that means you are the foreigner. You ain't been in wealth too long. You don't know what it means to have a business for over 5 years. Many of us, we babies with the business, okay? We got a business, and some people, we holding it too tight like this. That thing, we suffocating the business. We got to open this thing up. You got to get them flyers together. You got to get business cards on that. I see here somebody dang near cried in my presence today when I told them, do you realize you are owner? Imagine if somebody said, I'm going to introduce you to the owner. Who the owner? You. Let me let you understand something. Before you can manifest something and own something, you better manifest the attitude that you should be and own who you are right now. You see, I put too much work inside of me. This 2.0. I put too much to be me. What I bring to the table, I'm big enough to come to the table, but I'm also big enough to lead the table. Come on, you guys. Light fire for that right there. I'm big enough to lead the table. You ain't got to put me out. I'm big enough to walk out. I'll walk myself out of something that I don't belong in. I don't care how long I've known you. I don't care if you think I know you. You finna learn a new me at this point. You finna learn that I'm zero tolerant. I'm very anal. I don't go back and forth. I'm really straight to the point. I understand purpose. I understand plan, but I don't got time for problems, but I will be the answer to it by removing myself and leaving you in the condition that I found you in. Do you get what I just said? Light your fire for that, Miss Irby. Peace and blessings, everybody. Let's close out. Let's close it out. I had more to bring, but I want to give you this. So there's people that's going to spy out the land. Many of you, your name is being called to spy out some areas. Now, let's be clear. Here goes special. There's people that's coming to spy out your land. Familiar spirits, be careful. They want what you got. It's okay, because it's time for you to elevate. It's time for you to move. But if you don't move, they get stuck in where they at, right? They ain't taking nothing from you. It's just God calling you for something bigger, better, and greater. Come on now. Sometimes I know we lock in with some people and we be wanting this, but at the end of the day, we here for a good time, not a long time. Please let me go. When you let me go, then I can continue to grow, and I might can help you. Life moves you up to higher levels. Foolishness and foolish people gonna always show up, and they're gonna do what they do, but you better keep your eyes on the prize. Remember when they got to the promised land and they spied out the land, what happened? It was people living in that land. So don't you sit here and comment on everything that somebody comment on because you in an unfamiliar area trying to do you. Don't worry about that. Light your fire, because we got to keep it moving. Nobody said that everybody gonna like the message that you're receiving. Everybody ain't gonna like and understand what you're doing. Demons don't want you to understand it. The devil don't want you to understand it. Evil spirits don't want you to get it. My point that I'm trying to explain to you is listen, long as you can see where you going, then that's good. But if you sitting here, still sitting here saying, I can't believe, man, listen, okay? Go to Hollywood, go to California, go look at some of your friends, your children and friends and all this. Go down your timeline. Believe everything you see, but only half of what you hear. Because truth be told, you're going to make some decisions on for the greater good. You're going to make these decisions because it goes with where you're going. Now look at this, you guys. Let's close it out. Verse 22, then they all came to me and said, let's send some people to spy out the land, bring back a report about the route we are to take and the towns we will come to. See, you got to know how to do, what to do, when to do, where to do, and the time to do. And sometimes you better learn how to shut your mouth and listen more, talk less. Be grateful, be thankful that somebody done came and you can hear what we about to do now. Some of you, you're going to have to go to what you need. What you need is not coming to you. You're going to have to go to them. And the reason you're going to them, because they the crossover. That's the promised land. God promised you he'll never leave you or forsake you, but his presence is resting on somebody else. It's like a gas station. You get to them, they recharge you, but you're going to have to get out and do what you need to do. See, discharge, but he going to get you to somebody that's going to recharge. Once they recharge you and unplug you, you're going to have to get back on that open road. Come on now, we got somewhere we trying to get to. I don't know where you're trying to get to, but you're going to get there, especially if I got something to do with it. Peace and blessings, everybody. Let's roll. It says the land, bring back a report for the route we should take and what we're going to come up against. Listen, the idea seemed good to me. Listen to this. So I selected 12 of you. One man from each tribe. They left, went up into the land. Listen to this. Verse 28, verse 25. Taking with them some fruits of the land. They brought it down to us to report it. It is good land. In the land of God, that God has given us. Come on now. If you can benefit from what's around you, then that is good land. We ain't got time to lose good people for old people, okay? I will trade in everything that don't bear fruits, because I don't eat everything. I don't eat every conversation. I don't listen to everybody, especially when I'm the one that's trying to sit here and provide the understanding that you need in order to grow what you're attempting to do. If you're not a millionaire and you ain't touched a million, you ain't touched 100,000 at one time, then I shouldn't be listening to you. You should be listening to me, because I have experience for what you are designed to do. I turn nothing into something. I manifest everything that I asked God for. Well, not one thing I requested has not manifested. But this time I come back and I say, God, I would love to work with people that wants to make it happen, but they your people. I can't take responsibility for somebody else negligence or trying to sabotage what I'm giving them. See, you want to hear what I'm saying, but you don't want to work what I'm saying. Come on now. I need the workers right now. Come on now. I need those that's going to get up into a higher place, and we going to shake the tree. What am I saying? We was shaking the tree, and when we was shaking the tree, the blessings was flowing down, and they was falling down on family members. What am I saying? I'm saying we working this thing, and we up in heaven. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I know I'm showing you what I'm talking about. Here you go. Take them some fruits from the land, right? They brought it down to us, report it, and it is good land. And the Lord, our God, is giving us. Come on now, listen to this. Verse 26, and I'm done. Here we go. Hold on now. But you was unwilling to go up. Stop right there. Let's pause this. You was unwilling to go up. See, for many of you, you was unwilling to grow up. See, you still wanted somebody to take care of you when God called you to take care of what you partake in. You the one that got to show up and do what you, forget all that I cook, I clean, all it's bigger, bigger, better, greater than that now. Let's talk about a butler and a maid at this point. Let's talk about, do you know some other ways we can reroute this? I need to hear what you have to say. Well, the man, the head, well, who's your head? You got the head too. Let's be clear. At the same time, we talking about ideas now. It says two touching and agreeing. I don't need to be the head. I need somebody I can touch with. Let's go. Touch on the subject, touch on the level, touch on something that I could say, praise God, that is so. That's what I need. I need a touch and agree. And that's the problem. I find people, they so powerless that as soon as I touch them, it blows fuses on them because they ain't understanding who's in their presence right now. They ain't understanding, hey, I come to cut the lights on, but they done messed around and sabotaged the wire and been stealing illegal energy that now when they get real power, they can't handle the power. Something they should be able to handle, they can't handle. That's why they feel offensive. Light your fire. Sometimes when you tell somebody something and they offended and all you told them was, I can't do this right now. I'm busy. I'm working on my own stuff right now. I can't talk to you right now. How you ever got on a conversation with people? I get on conversation with people and I don't say nothing. They say, well, you ain't talking. I don't have nothing to say right now, right? Why you ain't talking? Well, you know what? It seemed like you got an attitude and let me let you go. Ain't that something? You couldn't let me go. Let's be clear. It's just you ain't got no fire. You ain't bring no fire. You ain't bring nothing for me to sit here and say, man, you ain't bring no results back. What am I saying? I'm waiting for the results back. I know I planted the seed. Guess what? If I planted something in you, you supposed to go water and bring me back some of the fruit to say, man, I appreciate what you gave. Come on, let's eat. Now, what did I give you? I gave you oranges. What you brought back? You brought back oranges. What do I got? I have apples. Let's trade. You feel what I'm saying? Because you did something. You have to work the land. Come on, you guys. You got to work the land. What am I saying? People around you, you got to work the land. You think people just going to keep walking up to you because you got red bottoms on and you got a little workout going on? Come on, y'all. We over the body now. Come on now. Ladies now, you got to be old. Ladies looking at other ladies now. Come on. We done seen this little thing walk around so many times now that when is this playing out? I don't care about your body. I care about your spirit. I care about your intelligence. I care about, can we just do something bigger, better, and greater? Can we just get to another place where we just fall out on the ground just thanking God for helping us, that we finally got to the finish line? That's what I want to see. Come on now. I'm so sick and tired. Can we go step in? Let's go out to eat. Let's go out for a drink. I'm drinked out, okay? I don't want no drinks. I don't want no food. I don't want no music. I don't want to dance. I want to know my tomorrow is covered. I want to know that I play a role and I can put my staple down to know the days ahead. See, some of us, we want to do this and we ain't done the work. We will do this once we do the work. Can we do the work? Let's go. Let's talk about the work. Here we go. Calm down, Adonis. Okay, I got it. Here you go. But you are unwilling to go up. You rebelled against the commands of the Lord. Who is the Lord, Sister Sonia? Sister Sonia, who is the Lord? Higher self. Somebody came into your presence to tell you something amazing. And I hope that you guys can tie this conversation into the earlier conversation because it goes together. Let those that have ears, let them hear. Okay. Many things in the New Testament says, let those that have ears, let them hear special. Do you not hear what this said? Verse 20, Deuteronomy 1, verse 26. But you was unwilling. Well, guess what? Let's talk about the word unwill. Do you not have free will? Some of us, you done gave your will away. And that's why you still sitting here waiting on somebody to pray for you. You still waiting on somebody to give a word or a message. Don't it sound funny that I say flipping the script? Because at the end of the day, I believe if I can flip the script, we all got the ability to flip the script. This ain't nothing. This ain't a presentation. This ain't no sermon. This is discernment. This is not a presentation. It's a conversation. Just like the one Jesus is going to have. Just like the one God should have with you. This is what this is. This is a conversation. Come on, you guys. Let's be inspired right now for the fact that we can hear. We can hear right now. It says, but you was unwilling to go up. You rebelled against the commands of the Lord your God. Listen to this. You grumbled in the tent. You said the Lord hates us. Stop right here. How you ever thought that God just didn't hear you? Did you ever thought that God just left you? He forsaken you? God ain't sent me my husband yet. God ain't ain't sent me my wife yet. You ain't became the wife yet. That's why the husband ain't coming until you ready. Till you done got every bit of doubt up out of you. Till you ready to do what God told you to do. You gonna start now. Do you hear me? You gonna start now. And at the end of the day, you ain't got to worry about do somebody see a wife in you, because you still perfecting the wife that you saw that you always wanted to be. Come on now. How can you want a husband, don't know what he gonna look like, right? That's because you didn't need to see his face. You just needed to know that I'm gonna have a husband. What that means, he was invisible. He was a spirit. That just means that, hey, I'm gonna have me a husband one day. But listen, why is it we living in a world based on what we see? You know, you got to make sure your eyelashes is right. Your eyelashes is right. You got to make sure your eyebrows are right. Your lips is good. You got to make sure your hair is good. Your nails are good. See, you going off of what you see. But when you praying with them eyes closed, you won't see your husband, but you know you want one. You ain't seeing your wife, but you know you want one. But guess what? It got to be a spirit, because I didn't see what the face looked like. Oh my God, what am I saying? I'm saying you better keep working on you and keep doing what you do. And if somebody can see that in you, you will never have to worry about what you should have been, what you could have been. Because people say, I could have been this, I could have been that. You could have been a demon, you could have been the devil. At the end of the day, you could be whatever you want to be, but you better get your act together and decide what you're ready to be. And right now, I'm ready to go to a higher level. I'm ready to do bigger, better, greater than I ever done in my life. I'm ready to shame what I've been through. I'm ready to put down what I've been through, just to sit here and manifest where I'm going, to make sure that everybody that was down here, that saw me down here, knew that there was more in me. I want to live in my full potential, to make sure that I ain't getting sidetracked, I ain't getting manipulated, I ain't sitting here getting bamboozled by who? By my own thoughts. I ain't got to settle for something. I want to make sure I give out the best. That when I give out the best, I know what I'm giving out. I ain't got to do a taste test when it comes to me. Whatever I give you, I know it was good. Why? Because I practice it for it to be great of good. That means I could have did good, but I gave you great. What am I saying? I did more than you was willing to receive. Come on now. I gave you so much of who I am that you forgot who the hell you are. And that's the problem with these people right now, is that when God gets you to where he need to get you at, people forget that, damn, this person is showing out. That's because I'm doing me. And doing me allows me to be illuminated, but you done forgot how to be you. Ain't that something? And then when we looking at you now, you done evaluated everything around you, and you done taste and see that the Lord was good to who? To them. The Lord was good to who? To them. And the Lord was good to who? To them. Now, the question, how's the Lord been to you? That's interesting, right? He sent you something amazing, but you now got a problem with what he sent, because you ain't spent no time on what you supposed to be. It's your time. God answered your request, but you ain't do your best. God answered your prayer, but you ain't ready to sit here and give your end of the bargain. You sitting here trying to bargain before you you trying to bargain with nothing. Ain't that something? And that's why God gets no glory out of that. Come on, Sister Sonia, watch this. Listen to this. You grumbled in your tent and you said the Lord hate us. So he brought us out of Egypt to deliver us. Listen to this. You in Egypt. Now watch this. Here's some common sense stuff right here. If we all have to look at the scriptures and say, who are we? We will say, we the children of Israel, because those are the children of God. But let's be clear. They was in Egypt, meaning they was trapped. Now, when the last time you ever said you was trapped? When the last time you ever thought you was a slave? When the last time you ever thought you was in bondage? I can tell you now. If your finances never hit what you wanted them to hit, if you never sit here and lived in your full potential, if you never sit here and know how to manifest anything that comes out your mouth, and you know how to control it, if you don't know how to forgive, you don't know how to speak healing over somebody, come on now, that means you this. You trapped. Now notice what this just said. Egypt. So you had to be in Egypt, right? Watch this. It says the Lord hate us. So he brought us out of Egypt. At least you were smart enough to know that God opened up your eyes and allowed you to see something, right? Delivered us into the hands of the Amorites to destroy us. You mean to tell me your God got you all the way out of something to bring you to somebody else so they can kill you? No. He brought you out of Egypt to bring you to somebody so you can recognize that they was worth the wait. They was worth the wait. Now what you gonna do? I kept them away from you so you can do what you need to do. That when I brought you to where you need to go, you was already ready. You was so happy to perform. See, some of us, proper preparation prevents poor performance. Sonya, 5 P's. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. I got y'all. I kept you in hiding. Some of you, you've been on the bench for so long that God finally said, phew, phew, it's time for you to get in the ring. It's time for you to get in the fight. You looking like, who? You done got so comfortable pretending that your name got called. You looking like, what I supposed to do? You mean tell me you ain't training for what you should be doing? Come on now, you should be serving. Didn't you say I come to serve? Who can you be serving other than high yourself? Christ said he came to serve. That means to wash feet, right? Feet meaning peace. People that has peace has Christ. I wash their feet. You get what I'm saying? Christ washed feet because I know that I see Christ in you. And if Christ sent somebody to wash my feet, then it's my time to go wash somebody else's. Where you at though? I'm supposed to wash your feet and can't find you. I'm supposed to wash your attitude, wash your walk. I'm the one that's supposed to wash where you're going. I'm the one that's supposed to say, let me get this off you. Can you see now? Oh, wait. Can you see now? That's where you now go and be great. I'm the one. That's why you were sent here. This is the next level. This is your bigger. This is your better. This is your release. This is you being discharged. Now you got to go out and you got to do the work now. And that's what I'm here to do. Watch this, you guys. It says, listen to this. It says, where can we go? Our brothers has made our hearts melt in fear. Who made your heart melt in fear? That means what you was around done put all this fear in you. This will never happen. I ain't got no money. I'm so proud of you, girl. You got your own business. You ain't supported what I got yet, but I'm so proud of you. I don't need your proud of me, okay? I need your stand with me, right? But you ain't gonna get that though. Watch this. It says, they say the people are strong and taller than we are. Ain't this some already hating? This the people you went over here. How you got a business you ain't got no money put up? How you sitting up here talking to these people about God and you ain't sitting up here and you do this, you do that? Listen, I'm talking to myself about God. Okay, remember Paul and Silas was in jail, right? In the Bible, Sister Sonia, and they started praising God and they started singing and all the chains came loose off of everybody else. That's because all they had to do is hear what they were saying. We all want the same thing. That's for us to what? Be free. We all want the same thing. We want to be financially free. Whatever I want, I can buy it. If I wanted it, I can buy it, right? I'm not in a rush to marry the wrong thing. I only marry what's going to produce bigger, better, greater end results. Come on now. I got great people in my life. They're going to continue to be great, but I ain't going to mess them up because I'm mature enough to keep my foolishness out of the way. I ain't going to get on nobody's line and sit here and talk negative to them or whatever. I don't do it to them. Why they doing it to me? Come on now. Have you ever had this happen where you like, look, I don't see you negative stuff. Why are you sending this to me? I don't see you stuff like this. What am I really saying? I'm really saying I only can receive what I plant. I don't plant foolishness. Why am I getting this confusion? I don't receive it. I don't hear you, right? Look at this. It says, we can go, our brothers and sisters has made our hearts melt in fear. They say, the people are stronger, girl. You better be careful. You better be careful. Bro, you better be careful, bro. I'm telling you now. You know, they do too much. They messy. I don't do them. They messy. They stronger, right? Like my spirit don't shut mess down. I believe my spirit cleans you up. I believe my spirit grows you up. I believe my spirit shut your negativity. You was negative till I showed up. That's what I believe. I believe when I come around, or the people I'm around, we smile so heavy that we just smile all in the devil's face. The devil got plans. They in the bathroom plotting against you. You said, hey, y'all, what's good? They running from you. We don't mess with her. We don't mess with him. No, he's still sitting here. I've been winning for a long time. You hear me? Some people been sinning for a long time. You still sinning. What is sin? Sin is ignorant. You're ignorant to how it works. I just pray that you get something like this. I am my life coach. And your ignorance just disappear. And now you understand how it works. And then you will say this. It says, they bigger than us. The cities are large. You know, this facility ain't gonna never work, right? It's large, it's too big, right? It's too small, right? It's just and it's too I need somebody that can walk like this, right? It's too big, too small, right? Come on, man. We are the most complaining people I have ever seen, with walls up to the sky. Like, who is telling this story here to you? You mean tell me you got somebody around here that's talking you out of your tomorrow, talking you out of your future? They like tall walls this tall. I'm looking like I want to see them walls. I want my walls to be that tall, right? They like, oh, the city too big. Oh man, that means an expansion project. Yes, God, you taking me someplace. See, some of you want to live in this little area. This right here, they tall. Ain't that something? That just means we need to grow up. Come on now. They sit here reporting, you know, they too educated over there. Look, we need to start reading then. You say, let me get out a book or something. What am I saying? We never want to level up. We want to keep trying to find stuff on the same level. Y'all better read this thing. This thing is telling you something. Listen to this. It says, we even saw the Ammonites there. That means, oh, I saw him with another woman. And I know he got that's his girl or something. Or how you ever been with somebody and this might be your cousin, or this might be your BF, or somebody you met, or this might just be somebody you decided to communicate with. Why is it that people want to terrorize your life and territory you, like you on their chains and they done wrap? Your grip is not that strong. Anywhere out, that's like taking Moby Dick and saying, I'm finna go catch this big old whale and I'm finna throw this pole out here, right? And I'm waiting to catch this whale, but the whale never comes. So you, in the movie, they throw the pole in the water, and when he turned around, the little boy turned around, the whale came up out the water on his own. And when it turned around in the movie, he turned around and saw this big whale. You didn't catch this. I came here because I can't believe that you that stupid to sit back here and try to fish for something and not knowing what you're going to catch. But when you catch something bigger than you, then I'm making sure you understand there's always something out here bigger than you. As I fade back, what am I saying? It says, even the Ammonites was there. Right? Even so-and-so, like sometimes people don't even know. Y'all got hitters. Y'all just don't bring them around, right? We getting on a Mighty Monday meltdown. We getting this food. They be thinking they don't go to church. Let it listen. The church is in me. You get what I'm saying, you guys? The church is in who? In me. You are the temple, right? But you getting this work. That's why you're succeeding in life. Watch this. It goes deeper. Verse 29, and I'm done. You guys got this last little verse. I got to do a couple verses. Look. Then I said to you, do not be terrified. Do not be afraid of them. Who is talking to you at this time? Higher self. Higher self is saying, do not be afraid. Do not be terrified. This is my motivation. When something in me is saying, don't be afraid. You about to have everything. You finna take the land. This is your land. You belong here right now. That's why I keep pressing forward. I'm looking for where I'm going right now, because at the end of the day, one thing I ain't doing, I ain't looking back. I don't remember nothing. I don't remember when I failed. I don't remember how I made a mistake. I don't remember nothing. You hear me? You gonna have to tell me where you at right now, because my mind don't go back more than that far. Don't go that far back. All I know is I'm going this way for a reason. I can't do this and that, and I'm choose to do this because I'm done with that. Let's go. I'm done with that. And that's how it's gonna have to happen for me. That's how it's gonna have to happen for you. And if it ain't gonna happen like that for you, then it's gonna happen like that for somebody connected to you. Come on now. My God can go in you and through you, but if you ain't ready for what's for you, then he's gonna give it to somebody else that's connected to you. I just hope that you could have been mature enough to take it for yourself. Take it for yourself. That's what I'm saying. How many blessings got to go through you to bless somebody else now? Now you sitting here watching because you're afraid. What does it say? Do not be afraid of them. The Lord your God, the Lord your God. There you go. The Lord your God, the Lord your God. I am my life coach. The Lord your God, your God, your God. Who is going before who? You. Read your Bible. It said, he ain't say before us. This was an inside job. The Lord your God, who goes before you, will fight for who? This Bible says you. The Lord your God will fight for you. Isn't that amazing? Come on, y'all. You got to tell me you're feeling this. It said the Lord your God. See, this is where I get stuck at sometimes. Because sometimes you guys, I got to do an intermission break. Listen, I'm flipping the script, but this is where I get excited at. Verse 29, I'm in Deuteronomy. You got to read this for yourself. Verse 30. Verse 29, it says, then I say to you. Isn't it amazing when God can say something to you? You keep praying, but this time he's saying something to you. No one else. This is all about you. Self-empowerment, personal development, and personal growth. I am my life coach. Then I say this to you. Do not be terrified. Some of them, I ain't terrified. You don't even use the word terrified. What does terrified mean? It says you don't be terrified. When you get somewhere and you don't know how to do something, then it terrifies you. Try to take a test and you ain't studied for it. Try to marry somebody and you so this why they be crying at the altar like, I don't know what I'm doing. That's why they cry. Like, oh, that's so sweet. They made vows. Like, I don't know this person. I don't know what they tomorrow gonna be. I don't know what they've been through. God, are you sure? They're like, you the one at this altar? Now watch this. They go altar call. Don't be afraid of them. The Lord your God, who is going before you, will fight for you. He's fighting stuff for you. Some of the people that's crying back to you, that's because the Lord is fighting them. Because they should be a better them for you. So the Lord got to go against them because you won't let them go and you done chose them. Remember I said, who have you chose? You chose them now. And now they going through because they fighting the Lord because of you. Isn't that amazing? They fight the Lord. Look at this. They will, listen, the Lord your God will fight for you as he did for you in Egypt. He fought to get you out of this. Who wanted to be in this? You. You want to be, I just want somebody that I belong to. I just want somebody to give my all to. I just want somebody, that's why you in slavery. You ain't gave your all to the Lord, but you want to give your all to somebody on earth. And you know, when I find me somebody, I'm giving my all. You ain't even seen your damn all yet. But I'm glad you want to give your all. Now you got some work to do now so that we can get all out of you so that when you do meet somebody, they can get exactly what it is you said you wanted to give them. You want to give them your all, then you're going to have to get a relationship with God first. And that's the hardest thing that you ain't never had, but you think you had it. Now you got to get it. And now you got to sit here and he got to terrify you. He got to do all this stuff because you want to give your all, but you ain't got your all yet. Isn't that amazing? Come on, y'all. Light your fire. This is when we grow up. This is when we do what we need to do. I got to close out. Then it says the Lord who's going before you, I keep saying this, will fight for you. He did as he did for you in Egypt before your very eyes. That's one thing. He did it, but he done it with your eyes looking like this. Like, I can't believe God is dealing with them like this. All for me? All for me? It says he did it before your eyes. In the wilderness, that means where we going, what we doing. Where we going, what we doing. God said he fighting for you even when you ain't know where you was going in the wilderness. There you saw how the Lord your God carry who? You. That means he carried you over foolishness. Even when you chose the wrong way, he made it where you can end up the right way. He did all this for you. Right? And let's show you how you watch this. Carried you as a father carry a son. Right? All the way you went. All the ways you went. Until you reach the mighty Monday meltdown. God done went ahead and done all this for you. And you still sitting here. What am I doing? I mean, it makes sense, but I gotta go talk to my pastor about this. You know, some just don't sit right. I gotta fast or something. Bible right here. Look at this. In spite of this, you did not trust in the Lord your God. You see how I could say one word and then it say, pew, right here? It's telling you this. In spite of all this, you still did not understand that I am my life coach. You still didn't get this message I'm trying to kick to y'all. Rebuild, renew, restore. Listen, you guys, I got to shut it down. But listen, it says, in spite of all this, you went ahead of you on your journey in fire by night and in the cloud. Who went? Oh, wait, I read that wrong. This is good. I got to close out now. I'm scared. Look at this. Verse 32. In spite of all this, you did not trust in the Lord your God, who went ahead of you on your journey in fire by night. Come on, y'all, light y'all fire. Light your fire. Light your fire. I got to see some fire. I ain't seeing no fire. What's wrong with this phone? I ain't seeing no fire. I hope y'all still here. It says the Lord went ahead of you. I ain't seeing no fire. Lord have mercy. Come on, God. Light my fire. Yeah. It says, yes, Lord. There you go. It said, in spite of all this, the Lord went ahead of you in fire by night, in a cloud by day. There go your power right there. It says to search out places for you. I am my life coach. That's a place for you. Invisible Crown Army. That's a place for you, right? Mighty Monday Meltdown. That's a resting place for who? For you. That's your gas station. The 5 o'clock Wildfire Saturday. Who is that a place for? That's a place for you. Who found this place for you? God did. Who signed you up for this school? God did. Who gave you this class? God did. Who gave you the extra credit? God did. Who gave you the makeup work? God did. To God be the glory. Light your fire. To show you the way you should go. To show you the way you should go. Verse 34. When the Lord heard what you said, he was angry and solemnly swore, no one from this evil generation shall see the good land I swore to give to you. I'm going to end on that, except, God just said, I'm not giving them the land because they playing with it. I'm not giving you the access granted to I Am My Life Coach. See, many people don't have these papers. See, these is papers here. That's why you get a certificate. That's your driver license. You see, let's be clear. You ain't getting no driver license without a driver license test, so you got to study for the test. When you get your driver license, it allows you to drive any motor vehicle, but you got to get tags and things for the vehicle. What do I mean? You need a window sticker, you need a plate sticker, you need plates, right? You need to take a emission test. This is amazing. Before you drive something, you got to get all these things checked out, right? You buy something, you got to get it all checked out, right? How do you get involved with somebody or connect with somebody when we need to see if this going to even work right now? Let's see, can this pass an emission test? Let's see, you know what I'm saying, is the brakes working on this joint? Let's see, you know, is the carburetor, the Cadillac converter? Don't you know somebody might have stole the Cadillac converter off of this joint? This joint over here putting and smoking. Come on, man, we got to do an evaluation. We got to do an inspection over here. We keep getting in these used relationships. Come on now, everything is made new. I know what it means to rebuild, but we need to be restored. Some stuff needs to be restored, like your peace, like your joy, like your understanding right now. It needs to be restored. Come on now. We don't need an understanding. We need an inner standing. Come on, what are you standing on right now? I'm standing on with my mom. I don't want to hear about that. I want to hear about you. You know, I'm talking about what my pastor said. Let's put him to the, let's talk about you. I want to know what you standing on. Tell me a word or two. Let me hear you pray. Come on now. Let me hear you talk to God. Don't keep telling me about God. I want to hear you. I want to hear what God is saying to you. What do you need to do? How you going to do it? What you gonna do? When? Why? Where? Let's go. Can you do it now? Display something. Let me hear a goal or two that you gonna perform. I want to hear what's your 6-month goal. I want to hear what's your next week goal. What you gonna do for this week right now? And it's an amazing that nobody never will say, I'm gonna be an amazing person. I'm gonna watch my conversation. I'm gonna take my time when I talk. I'm gonna speak with peace. I'm gonna speak with power. I'm gonna move in authority right now. I want everybody around me to get blessed, to go higher because I'm going higher. I want everybody around me to light fire because my fire is a wildfire. And if I can get close to the fire, I will catch fire. Come on now, let's go and burn it all up. And listen to this. The land I swore, verse 36, I'm done on this one, except, you better put your name there. The Lord said, no one will from this evil generation shall see the good land. The devil is a liar. Verse 36 says, except Caleb. Okay? He, and guess what? He and Joshua, right? Watch that. He will see it and will give him and his descendants the land. He set his feet on because he followed the Lord wholeheartedly. Don't tell me higher self. See, some of you ain't got what you should have had because you ain't all in. Wholeheartedly mean I ain't got no other choice but to trust God. Who am I trusting him with? I'm trusting him with me, meaning whatever I do, God do it in me, through me. Just let it ride. And now God letting it ride. Bank account is filling up. Opportunities filling up. Goodness is filling up. And you don't want to share with nobody. Isn't that amazing? God told you he's going to bless you to bless somebody else. Somebody is your blessing and you are somebody else, and you better be ready to release, because the one you releasing on ain't the one that's there to bless you. Your blessing is the fact that you can release goodness. What you come to give, bearing the gifts, is what's going to transform and give you what you desire. Come on now. What you release is going to release what you've been waiting to do. Come on now. You want to love, you want to serve, release. Release more, you're going to get more. Release all, because he said the one who had wholehearted, the Lord. 7:37. Because of you, the Lord became angry with me also and said, you shall not enter either. You see? But your assistant Joshua, isn't this amazing? Because of y'all, you mean tell me the Lord told me I ain't going into the promised land? Lord have mercy. You better understand me. This is why today I wasn't playing with the people I was talking to. You better listen here. I'm telling you right now. God said you need to step it up. He told me that ain't for me. Okay, well, God, I told them that was for them, but they said it wasn't. But I gave it what you told me to say. And guess what? I'm moving on. I'm getting in my promise. You hear me? This person said, listen to this, y'all. I got the music off. I got to calm down. I'm done, but I got to calm down. Listen, Deuteronomy 37. We got a situation. 137. We got a situation, Sonia. We got a situation. Verse 35 says, no one from this generation shall see the good land I swore to them, right? Given to the ancestors, meaning it's their land. This is supposed to be theirs, right? These blessings. Right? See, the spirit of the wife supposed to be on you, so you just supposed to be the spirit of the wife. The wife is who you are. That's a spirit. You ain't need no physical body to be what you should have been, right? Watch this. It says nobody gonna get over here and see this. Y'all ain't going into this land. You ain't gonna get this except Caleb, right? Now watch this. He gonna see it, and I will give it to him. So he gotta see it first, and then it'll be given to him. See? Some of us, you got to see the opportunity, and then you take the opportunity, because he's giving you a chance to be all that you can be. If you never release what God put in you, then you didn't do what he told you to do. Come on now, listen to this. It says, he will see it, and I will give it. Some of you got to wait till God give it. You keep trying to take it on your own. He said, I want you to see it first, and then I'm going to give it. But you better be prepared to do what you need to do. Why? How do I know this? It says his descendants, the land he set his feet on. That means he had to get there first and put his feet solid, like, bam, what's up? I'm here on behalf of the Lord Jesus Christ, right? And now, watch this. Because he followed the Lord wholeheartedly. That means I don't play with God. You hear me? Lord, what you want me to do? Lord, that ain't worth this. Lord, come on now. You're going to make me look stupid. He said, then stupid is what you got to look for me. Okay, Lord, I'm finna be the stupidest person here, because I'm going to spend some time telling them one more time, like fire, you guys, because this is what I don't want to happen to me. Verse 37, because you, the Lord, became angry with me also and said, you shall not enter either. Do you hear me now? And the little ones, oh my God. Y'all listen, I had a great time. I had a great time with you guys, man. We flipping the script, right? We flipping the script, man. And we having fun. We having fun. Somebody always say when it's time to work out, right? Let's have some fun. And I had to tell them, look, working out ain't fun all the time. But ain't it fun when you got them results? Ain't it fun when you put that outfit on? Ain't it fun? I got one eye popping out. I'm just like, man, look at this. I'm sitting here catching myself doing some jumping jacks. And I'm looking, I'm like, is my shirt getting smaller or am I getting bigger? What am I saying? But in the struggle, this person like, let's have fun. And when you know what the results gonna look like, that's what fun looks like. Fun is when I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm giggling because I don't know what I'm doing. I ain't never done it like this before, guys. You know, but most people won't even have fun because they over here like, you know, God ain't tell me. Hey, listen, God ain't here to tell you nothing at this point. It's on you, okay? Manifest who you should have been and live the best life you can possibly live while you can, as long as you can. Ain't nothing holding you but you. God got us. He got us, all of us. All things works together for good for those who love. For those who love. Many people, man, forget love. That's why you messing up right there. Can't forget love. Put love back where it rightfully belongs, in the Lord's hand. God so loved the world. He had to give something that whoever was willing to receive what he gave. See, some of you want to monitor what you give. You want to hold back what you give. And that's why you're not giving the Lord. You're giving the enemy. You're giving the enemy. God said, give the enemy no footstep, no room, right? That's why I apply pressure. I ain't got time for a devil to get here. I don't got lights lit, 24 watts, 24. I'm all the way up here. You hear what I'm saying? Give the devil no room. He don't have no room. But it's always somebody want to stop you and say, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you something? Didn't the God just say, give the devil no room? What's your question? And it be the dumbest question in the world. And then be like, what can I ask you about? The problem ain't with me, but who I am and who I'm becoming is bringing forth a problem in you, because you ain't ready to go bigger, better, and greater. You ain't ready for the next level. And I get it. For me, I'm practicing. I'm practicing me, y'all, because I have to. I don't have no other choice, okay? I ain't never done this before. And when God called me to return back to him, at the end of the day, I had my way, okay? Yes, Lord. Thank you guys for joining. Sister Sonia, make sure you cover everybody that's on deck. I know you are already doing it. If y'all could share this broadcast, that'd be great. Remember, rebuild, renew, restore. This was not a difficult message, but it was a message. It ain't for everybody, but it is for somebody. And if you need to walk away with something a little more traditional or a little more routine, go to the part that just says they decided to do it their way. And their way is the traditional way. Their way is the way that has always been done. And that's what made God angry. Okay? Because you didn't trust the Lord, your God. Remember, great is he that is in me. So that means if it's in me, then that means I need to take me and find what's in me and work it like never before. Thank y'all. Talk to y'all on the 5 o'clock wildfire. AJ checking in. I pray you guys got everything. Hopefully one day I'll be able to click a button and say if y'all want to make an offering or something. But all I'm offering right now, man, is results. It's good to see people genuinely see that I don't have to charge anything, but you still got to sow something. And if you can sow anything, that's just a thank you, man. Sometimes you got to tell a person, thank you. Sometimes you got to show a person the results and say, if it wasn't for you, see the name. Sometimes somebody just needs to say, man, this person here taught me something that I couldn't teach myself, and I'm forever grateful for what they done. I have several people in my life that I can actually say that they owe me nothing, but I owe them everything. Did you get it? There's some people that's in my life that I can say that they owe me nothing, but I owe them everything, because it took everything out of me to go into their direction, and their direction was the right direction. And it allows me to see me. Remember, Christ said, those that think they got life, they will lose their life. But those who lose their life will find their life. What does it take to go in the right direction? How much is it worth to go in the right direction? It's worth everything. And for some of you, you're going to have to give up everything. Everything you was taught, everything you operated in, every little experience you got, everything you done went through, all those little mishandling moments, right? All that stuff, because your decision or your choice was off. And that's what got you in a situation. Release the situation now. Let the situation go. I pray that God will put up something behind you. He will fight that on your behalf, that now the goodness of Christ is fighting in front of you, and then it goes behind you, and it starts fighting things with what? With understanding, with what? With understanding, with what? With knowledge, knowing that, hey, I'm too bigger, better, greater to be operating on weak levels. People want to remind you of what they done for you, but don't want to sit here and worry about what they done for you. You should see what I done for me. You should be talking about what God did for me. You should be talking about what the Lord done for me. You think I got time to sit here and be talking about some what you did for me? Listen, thank you. I don't owe you nothing else. I'm keeping it moving. Peace and blessings, man. Take care.